Kelvin, you had that, I think, 7.5 minute stretch there in the second half where he didn't score. What did you see bogged down there, and what got?
Nothing. The ball didn't go in. Oh, we got good looks. Not a science project. Ball's got to go in. You know, Milos, how'd you like your looks? Oh, the biggest difference in that stretch is everybody kind of makes too much out of a team that goes in like a drought or something. You know, they're not trying to. The thing that keeps you out of that is the free throw line. That's the difference. Look how many free throws they shot. They shot 29 free throws. We shot 11. We're driving. You know, Tennessee's physical. They're really good defensively. We're physical. One team shot 29, the other team shot 11. Go to the free throw line, make 7 or 8 doing that. There is no drought. You got to go to the free throw line. And that's why we told our guards, drive it, and they did.
Emanuel, that second foul in the first half, I think they went to a review, and when it came back from the break, it went to you. I mean, how much, I mean, obviously it was a big moment in that first half. How much did that maybe throw you off in terms of not being able to be in there and help?
I mean, it wasn't a review. Like, I fouled him. I made a dumb mistake, and I can't be doing that. I got to be on the floor with those guys, and I can't be sitting 15 minutes in the first half because of dumb fouls. So that's on me.
Kelvin obviously didn't get the win, but Kingston had a pretty dominant display. You know, what's this ceiling? What does a game like this mean for a young guy like that?
I have no idea what his ceiling is. You know, he puts the ball on the floor and goes to the basket. You know, and he's a good free throw shooter. You know, they only shoot 2 free throws tonight. Mind-boggling. I thought we did a good job guarding. You know, Gillespie's an older, experienced, played at the highest level his entire career. Is he a senior? Senior? Now, he's really good. But he scored 22 points, but he took 16 shots, but he made 9 free throws. The difference in the game is the free throws. You know, he went 9 for 9. Kingston went 2 for 2. I'm not saying we weren't fouling. But they were too. Both teams were playing aggressive, tough defense. Boom, 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 boom. Shouldn't be 29 to 11. You know, thought we did a good job on Amit. But there were some plays there. I can't remember who it was for them that missed a layup, and Amit, was that his only basket when he followed that up? You guys remember that? Yes, heady play by him. You have to give him credit for that. You know, we didn't make the heady play. We were ahead of him. We just got out hustled. We owned that. You know, you just can't sit here and start throwing stuff out that is not true. Whatever I'm saying here today, I think it's true. He out hustled on this play. There was another one too where they made a really good play. But I wouldn't expect anything less than that of Rick's team. You had 2 really good teams out there tonight. Somebody's going to lose it. Somebody's going to win it. And we have a good team. It's not like that we got beat by 20. We had the ball down 2. They're down the stretch. And, you know, from a coach's perspective, I know you guys are media, so I don't look at the game like you do, and you don't look at the game like I do. But the thing that I kept going back to was we got to get to the free throw line. I was saying that in the huddles. You know, drive it. And we did. We kept driving it. And we just got to figure that out. If it's something I've got to do better, then I'll do it. I'll try as hard as I can. But we can't, in a game like that, free throw line was the difference tonight. And where Rick and his staff have done a good job too is their frontline bench. You know, Carey and Estrella are starters. So that's, give them credit for building that kind of roster. You know, last year, you know, we had 3 starters up front, Francis, Roberts, and JoJo. This year we have JoJo. The guy beside him is probably going to be a good player one day, but he doesn't have the physical stature that those guys have. And you can tell that Carey has a high basketball IQ. He's a playmaker, and I mean he's huge, thick, but he's also smart. How you pronounce his name? Opara, Estrella, and Carey. Those 3 guys are men. But I think as the time goes by, you know, CNAC needs a lot of games under his belt to figure out why this occurred at this time and how I can do a better job of making an adjustment on the floor. That's the problem with freshmen. It's not that they're not trying. Chris tries. And we were down 5 on the boards at halftime, and we came back and out-rebounded them. So that was a positive. Chris had 11 rebounds. That's something he can hang his hat on. All good players have to have something they can hang their hat on. But proud of our guys for continuing to play. We kept playing. You know, it's a good game. November the, what's the date of today? 25th. 2 good teams. They're going to get better, and I think we will too.
There's not a lot of guys in this business, Coach, with more wins than you, but you faced one of them tonight in Rick, and you got Calipari next month in Self and conference play. I was curious, from your coach's perspective, is it just the next game on your schedule, or do you liken it to something like a championship heavyweight fight or a chess match against a grandmaster or something else?
You know, the thing that all 3 of those guys have in common, they're all good friends of mine. I've known them. Rick Barnes and I played college basketball against each other 50 years ago. I used to call him Little Ricky from Hickory. He's from Hickory, North Carolina. But no, those guys are all high-character guys. They're great. They are great for the game. Rick Barnes and John and Bill, all 3 of those guys are great husbands, great fathers, great role models for a lot of younger coaches, and it's been a thrill for me in my career to have guys that I can look across from that's, you know, from my generation. Not a lot of baby boomers left.
Kelvin, going back to the line, they had a moment late where I believe it could have been a 1-possession game, but they made the first free throw, and then Carey gets the tip there.
At 2 nights in a row, that's happened. I mean, those are winning plays, man. Winning plays. You got to make the winning plays. The kid for Syracuse last night did it. You know, CNAC. You know, JoJo was sitting there when we went over it last night. Oh, come on, JoJo, block your man out. You look up, it's a 1-possession game, and we get a house here, but you know what? I'll fix that with my team, but at the same time, give Rick's teams credit for taking advantage.
Question for both players. I mean, you hear Kelvin talking about the importance of the line. How would you assess the level of physicality you played with tonight and the way you responded to Tennessee's?
You know, I feel like they were the tougher team. Like you said, they made the tougher plays. They made the more winning plays. And, you know, that's just something we got to improve on. You know, it's a tough loss, but, you know, we can also learn from it and see that we gotta be tougher. That's pretty much it.
The kid that should be mentioned, though, not a lot of people will remember his impact, but it was Bishop Boswell. He impacted that game. No idea what his future holds in this game, but that kid's a winner. He was the toughest guy on the floor tonight. And our kids did a lot of good things. You know, we're up 9 or 11. What was our biggest lead? 11. Yeah, that's right about then is where the foul line started becoming. I think they scored a bunch of free throws down the stretch the first half. But has nothing to do with Boswell. A lot of respect for that young man. He's tough and he's a winner. Every coach in America would love to have Brian Boswell.